Okay, welcome back everyone. Marvin here again, and back looking at Flashpoint 3. I'm going to do another demo review and two awesome games yesterday from Flashpoint, where we had Mouse vs Astralis and Nip vs G2, and yeah, they were really awesome games. Yeah, definitely probably the best games in any Flashpoint. Um, that I can remember. I didn't really watch the second one too much, um, but I thought that the Mad Lions win over MIBR was pretty good. But yeah, today's matches, I think just the caliber of teams in this tournament, and because it's an RMR, I just thought, yeah, these were two really good games. Um, if you've been watching Counter-Strike at all, you'll know that like how good the like interesting games as well, how good G2 are looking and how good Mouse are looking, and then we've got the new Astralis roster and the new NIP roster with Device moving from Astralis to NIP. So yeah, some real interesting storylines and just some awesome Counter-Strike to follow up. And today we're going to be looking at Frozen on Nuke. And Frozen just had an awesome series overall. 55 and 38 for the series, just destroyed. And we're going to be looking at his CT side versus Astralis, and he just caused all sorts of problems outside. And we'll have a look at yeah. So Dupree, bit of a return back to form. He in the previously in the tournament, his stats were pretty bad, taking on the AWP role, but um, luckily he managed to put in a good performance and really start to look like his old self, even if he's in a new role. So Frozen started out playing on the at ramp and instantly dropped into B, but got nothing. And just some good. Doesn't see anyone that realm. It's just some classic Astralis top tier utility usage, and he dies without even seeing anyone. So what he actually was doing is he was throwing that Molotov behind red to try and catch a smoke in the smoke wall. But there has been a bit of a development in the meta where there's now a lineup where you throw the Molotov and then like you throw the Molotov to where people normally throw it to try and break the smoke wall to make a gap, but instead you throw it on purpose and then you just throw a lined up smoke directly into it, and because it extinguishes instantly, it you get it in the same place every time. And if you actually see in Hawker's video about phase, you could see an interesting kind of adaptation to that where Sprout was now then throwing a smoke into that. So they would time a smoke into that Molotov behind red to disrupt the smoke wall in that way. So instead of throwing a Molotov to break the normal smoke wall, you throw a smoke into the Molotov that's kind of like a to catch the smoke, but because they extinguish it before the purpose the smoke for the cross is thrown, it creates a gap that way. And yeah, I just thought that's kind of an interesting adaptation in the meta and the outside smokes. But yeah, Mousesport's looking super hot in this tournament. Haven't dropped a map yet, and yeah, the whole team just looking super sharp. And it's also a good thing about having this channel is that when I started making videos, it was still Carrigan in the Mousesports, and I can't remember which video, but I know I had said that I really just hang on. Jumps up to play around the smoke. He sees a head on the jump. Just being very vigilant about trying to catch any CTs that may have crossed into the garage with that smoke wall or into secret, lurking around on the I mean, they'll have a buy, so this is the Mousepore save. Frozen keeping the AK he saved from last round. But yeah, like I was saying, like I know I said that when the rumors were circling about Carrigan going to phase, that was just when I had started this channel at the start of this year, and I was saying something like, you know, I'm a Carrigan fan, so I thought I didn't want him to leave Mousesports, and my reasoning was that I just thought that the talent in the Mousesports roster, like while it may not be as big of names as the FaZe Clan roster with Cold, Twists, and Rain, and Brokey, and you know. So I thought, like, while it may seem like in the moment you're going to a better team, I think that the talent in this team is so much stronger for the future. And if your plan is to win majors, like this is going to be the lineup that's just going to get better and better and improve for the future. Another like diagonal smoke wall from Astralis here. I'll turn on the X-ray so you can see them all crossing on the mini-map. You hear them, one running into secret. Playing this corner, you can quite often catch players outside. I know it's a bit convenient now to say that, like, to choose my time to announce victory is that Mousesports right now have never looked better and FaZe probably never looked worse. But I guess, you know, I was saying it back in February, and it looks like so far I've been proven right in that analysis there. I just really like the team of Frozen, Rops, Acor. These are all, I mean, Rops is always going to be good, but Frozen and Acor I thought were two players definitely, you know, strong talent, definitely going to be improving. And then BMS, he's looking to have just gotten better and better. And Dexter, the Aussie in-game leader, seems to be, you know, doing really well. Some really impressive T-sides. Wow, I don't even know if he He must have seen something, but he was flashed and it's just as the smokes were coming down. Almost catching Glaive there as well. And yeah, Mouseport's looking super sharp in in this this tournament, and really they've got a good chance to win it. Up against G2 in the I don't know if it's the semi-final. In the next match they've got G2. I don't know what it's, the upper bracket final something, because it's a double elimination bracket. Nice. Just very patient taps. Playing that red box as the smokes came down. Just being super dynamic. A real pain in the ass to Astralis here. And really the only person that had a chance of winning his duel against him was Magisk there. But it was such a long range engagement, and still Frozen had the advantage. Playing behind cover, shooting Magisk out in the open, trying to cross across the red box. But yeah, just got lucky with that smoke kill against Bubsky, but you know, his positioning against Glaive and then against Magisk, and then rotating again, being mobile, moving back into the garage. Just really being very active, but being very safe at the same time. Okay, this is like the L block smokes. So you got two close smokes here and one into the garage. Again, he's going to spam it a bit, try and catch some damage. Just passively being mobile, being very careful about what he exposes himself to. And wow, this is going to be a really good timing for the rotate. As the Astralis try to hit the ramp. And he's even going to be aware enough to catch Glaive into hell here. Oh no. Oh yeah, I remember that from Glaive's point of view. That didn't... I mean, he was ready for it, but maybe not communicating to Rops that he could have been killed, and then he can't even trade the frags. So yeah, unlucky there. But good awareness and just good rotates, good positioning in general. So 3v4. Astralis have taken the upper bomb site. This probably should be a save. And I think that's what's going to happen. Really going to look forward to the G2 mouse sports match though. I think that'll be quite interesting. And we could potentially see the Astralis NIP grudge match if if um if they both win in the lower bracket. Okay, and Dupree does manage to catch Frozen rotating out of the garage. It was a good find by Dupree. That's one go past. And Magic's no idea. Good trade though by Dupree again. Dupree played really well, like I said in the intro. Good to see him really start to pick it up on the AWP. It does feel still a little awkward watching Astralis with on their T sides. Like, good thing. So Magisk and Dupree are playing well. So is Glaive again, but Zip and Bubsky. I don't know. You feel like Bubsky wants to rush and wants to play fast, but he keeps having to remind himself to slow it down. I'm not sure about that. I'm just kind of speculating from what I see in the server. And Zip was in some really good form in this tournament, but in this match in particular, didn't do all that well. Nice adjustment for the repeak, and I think that nade and Molly was pretty effective. Dupree couldn't even... I don't think Dupree would have even made it if whoever was got the kill. Can't remember. Just that small movement of spamming and then just walking away just allowed him to kill Dupree, who just was kind of fixated once he kind of got the info of that's where he was shooting from. Dupree just, yeah, got shot. He was just like tunnel visioned into running into that position. This diagonal smoke ball outside, just covering for Acor, who was getting aggressive, watching the top of the silo. and they're going to fall back into this super passive position. Okay, he's got all the info now. He heard at least 3 or 4 footsteps running down secret. It is quite interesting that he's being so dedicated to holding outside. Normally it's your AWPer that that kind of watches and then rotates back to heaven or something. And then you have your other CT player in the mini, in the annex. You don't often see someone so dedicated to holding garage and with the rifle like that, like he is. Ah, oops. Accidentally fast forward. Basically, he just ran through and he didn't get anything. Two v 4. That's just a free kill. And traded by Bubsky. And Bubsky almost wins. Anyway. Nuke 14-11 on the CT side. Oh yeah. So he must get a couple kills in OT because we only saw 12 kills, 13 kills. Yeah, this map does go OT. So he gets 1 kill in OT on the CT side. And yeah, sorry for fast forwarding through that 14th round, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get anything and they lose that round. $24 and 18 overall. Should we watch the T side maybe? Kinda, I am interested to see how he does because he gets another what 11 kills on the T side. What he goes 17 and 11 on the T side. Maybe we should watch it. All right, let's watch it. I'll make up for fast forwarding through that round. Some Danish in the chat. Let me know what they're saying. But yeah, let's watch the T side as well. Why not? Huh? Again, that patented Astralis util. Win the 3v3. Bubsky whiffing some shots for sure there. He definitely should have had frozen. And a nice headshot. And a second nice headshot. Oh, you see? That was what I was talking about at the start. So you throw the Molotov, and then you throw the smoke into it, so that it can't be disrupted by a Molotov that's been put there preemptively to catch the smoke. So they won the pistol in the first half, but they lost to the force buy. Will that happen again? Oof. Very sharp flick onto Bubsky's face. Makes the Galil look like a good weapon, even though we know it's not. He's staying up on this box for a while. Interesting that he likes to watch all these angles from up here. I guess you can kind of, yeah, you can quickly look between Secret and Garage, and I think he caught a leg as Magisk was rotating into that Garage position. I think he has some idea, and now he's dead. we'll just mute. Mute the game in case, I don't know what in case for, but you notice some players when you watch demos they accidentally press their push to talk key and in game. I know Apex is a bit of a serial offender for doing that. He does it all the time. He presses it. Nice. Wow. Glaive doesn't even have a chance there. And he's the one coming through the smoke. I mean, Glaive does a good job to get one though. They definitely have the info that the T's are outside here. And Dupree just catches the timing. He was in secret that whole time, I think. He just catches a good time to peek out and shoot him in the back. Dupree again crossed into secret. And I guess, yeah, Frozen has just caught a kind of an unlucky timing there. He wasn't really looking for it, but you kind of feel when you're running like that, you should see someone cross like that, but he actually didn't see him. Somehow gets burnt from that, even though he's on top of the box. Valve, please. Acor just took like 50 damage falling from the top of the silo. There is like a little, I don't know, like little platform you can land on there before, so you can get down in like two steps without taking any damage. But yeah, if you just fall straight from the top, you take like 50 damage. Oh, sees Glaive's head here. This could be a chance. Yeah, and ink around doesn't eventuate into anything. Good support by Acor, just holding his... and well done by Glaive there to catch that while he's throwing the smoke. Yeah, like I said, Glaive had a pretty good series, I think. So did Dupree. Magus actually had a tough series, even though he's had some pretty good form. I know I've made a video about Magus' recent good form on, especially on Nuke on CT side, how he was playing well. But in this series, he didn't. He kind of. I feel like he wasn't even playing bad. He just kind of. You know, sometimes you just lose the fights. There's nothing you can do. This should favor the orc, I think. Yeah, nice. Just a well-played round by Frozen. The org is almost like like dropping the AWP, like having T's pick up the AWP for the post plant. It's just such a strong weapon holding angles. That you can, yeah, you can just hold angles with confidence. And like Dupree was peeking him with an AWP there, but you just feel like he had no chance to actually win that fight. And Bubsky tries to stick it, but he, you know, Frozen ain't falling for that. Playing the role of the outside lurk, you see players like Glaive do this a lot. Blame F on complexity. Nico on G2. But looks like the upper hit's just gonna work. Doesn't even need uh Frozen on the flank here. Uh, you got the scope there, Frozen. Maybe you should have used it for holding that. But sometimes the org be like that. It's kind of hard. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard to spray, even though it's got a super straightforward spray pattern. You just pull straight down, but yeah, I don't know. Another round where they're just going to get the entries onto the A site. And it's really quite interesting because I would have thought with Magus playing on the A site and playing so well on it, it'd be somewhere that the T's would be looking to avoid, but they're just going to go for him over and over again, and it's another round where Frozen doesn't have to do much. My phone ran out of power, says Bubsky. I don't know why that's relevant, but thanks for sharing, I guess. got the sound cue of Bubsky jumping into the vent. I like the idea of that though, because yeah, with Bubsky in the vent, it's very hard to come back out of the vent. You're inaccurate and you can just be shot very easily without being shot back. So probably means there was only one on the site and they were correct in that assumption. So just to come back and run through Squeaky, it's probably a good call and good information given over by Frozen. But yeah, unfortunately Magus with a good hold. And like I said, Magus playing well. Even though he had a tough series, I feel like he wasn't playing badly. And Frozen good for a trade here, and it should be just a save. Zip, I think it is, in the 1v3. And they made a good point about I've been speaking a little bit about the CT economy and how tough it is. It also means you just don't see a lot of clutch attempts because it's really not worth going for your 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever, your 1v2 or 1v3 or 1vx rounds on the CT side, because like it's catastrophic basically if you lose the weapon rather than just trying to save it and bring your guns into the next round and just win as a team. But yeah, your clutch rounds are kind of not being attempted anymore because teams are just saving so much because they just prefer to have the weapons. And even if you have someone like Zip, the clutch minister, his value's kind of dropped a little bit because he's not going for the clutches that he's so good at. And a good off angle by Zip there. What kind of buy do we have for Mouse Sports? Full buy. But this will be their last buy. Frozen on $50. Big fight to win outside here. But not a lot of Mouse Sports players left and alive, and yeah, unfortunately for Frozen, he even though he wins his fight, his teammates don't win theirs. Nice shot. Dupree can't be getting caught like that. I feel like that's a mistake for your CT AWPer that you can't yeah, you can't be making like that. Like surely he not must have known that Frozen was on top. I mean, losing Glaive to the one dig is already kind of bad enough, but to turn one mistake into two by having Dupree caught out in the open like that. And yeah, as soon as he misses the op shot, you know he's dead. So they've taken outside control here, and they looks like the plan is get into heaven. Another good trade by Frozen. You feel like he's always there for them. One away from the 30 bomb as well. Just keeping track of that. A 3v2. Okay. He spotted Dupree there for sure. Almost got called off by Bubsky. But I remember this from the watching the game. This was a round really played well by BMAS up in heaven, where he just did a real good job of just staying alive and not showing, because Dupree was holding for the heaven swing the whole time. And he kind of just nullified him by just not peeking. And that sometimes that's all you have to do to win a round, is he didn't peek. I think Launders brought it up in the cast and afterwards as well in the analysis of the game. Yeah, I think you could see this feat, but I guess we had the advantage of X-ray in that position, so we knew what Makers was doing, but I don't know if Frozen could see the feat there, but yeah, unlucky. Oops. Looks like two are coming here to ramp. Actually, they're just gonna throw a flash and walk away. And caught. Sorry again, I don't know why I'm pressing that button to bring up the whatever thing, demo UI. Interesting, so Astralis have run down secret and then they're gonna run back up, or walk back up, I guess. Oh, kind of unlucky there. He's kind of ready for that, but he changes his angle that he's watching, and yeah, it doesn't work out so well. He's heard one cross down to secret. Playing again this. So you can't be seen until you clear it real close. And he's only good for one there. It is a pretty common spot, so definitely T's are aware and do clear that. But the team clutches it out, so bit of a longer video. I was planning just to doing a short CT only for Frozen, but I guess I convinced myself to watch the rest of that demo. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next video.